Hello guys, what's up? My name is Washington. Today is one more day we're going to be talking about Blender here, and in this opportunity I'm going to show you a technique that I've been using in Blender to create organic shapes in an easy way, like for create things like arms, like hands, things like that. And the point of this tutorial is not to show you how to create a hand, a perfect hand, and model a hand which would be very realistic. I'm just going to be showing you the technique that I'm using, and after that I refine the hand on sculpted mode, right? But for the very beginning it's going to save at least a lot of time. For me personally, I like this technique, so take a look. So here we are in Blender. We are gonna create plane, right? Go to edit mode, take away the plane, take a vertex, copy a vertex, just a vertex, right? We invert the selection, delete all the rest. So now we have just the vertex here, you see? So you bring this vertex here, and we are gonna use a modifier called scheme. Skin modifier, it basically take the vertex and wrap into a skin, right? For this purpose we need at least one level of subdivision, so we see this in an organic shape and not like that, not like a box, right? Not like that. So right now I'm gonna just show the grid so it's better to see. I'm gonna subdivide. I'm gonna press Ctrl 1 or Ctrl 2, and then it's gonna give me one level of subdivision. Yeah, I have to go out at mode and then press Ctrl 2. It gives me subdivision modified in the level 2, right? So and now I'm gonna go back to edit mode, right? And then I'm gonna take my vertex, which is here. Okay, I'm gonna take my vertex, which is here, right? And then I'm gonna start to extrude it, extrude the vertex, right? So I'm gonna start to extrude the vertex, and I just don't want to see these points here. I don't want to see these points here. These points. I don't want to see that. Right? So what can I do so I don't see that? Okay. I just get back to edit mode. I leave that object mode, get back, and that's all. So we see this circle here. This circle means that whatever you have connected to this circle, you can copy from there, right? So let's take this circle and put it here. So we bring our object here. I don't like this gizmo right now. This is more Max style. Okay, I'm gonna take this one more time, right? So right now we have these three subdivision levels, which is more or less how a finger is, right? So we put something like this. Maybe we take even this guy, put something like this, right? So we have a finger here, and then if we copy this guy, look at that. It's not gonna come with the modifier because I'm not copying from the circle. If I copy from the circle, whatever I copy from the circle, it will bring the modifier together. So I will select right now. I will select everything. I will copy it here, right? And I'm gonna choose to modify the object from the 3D cursor, right? The 3D cursor here is gonna be very useful. So I just set up my 3D cursor here, rotates a bit, and then I copy this guy here, select my cursor here, rotates a bit more, right? Bring it here, right? And then I will copy this guy here, maybe reduce the size, bring the cursor here, rotate a bit more, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna take this guy and copy down. I'm gonna copy this guy down, right? Why? Because I want to have control over these as if it was the extension of my finger, right? So let's bring this guy here, more or less. Then we extend this, we copy here, we copy here, we copy here, right? So we are doing good. We're gonna bring all these guys together, right? Take this, and this guy, I guess, yeah. So to make this bigger, we press the joints bigger, we press Ctrl A, so we can, you see, we can like make it bigger. So now we're gonna take the fingers just to adjust a bit, Ctrl A as well. Maybe we bring a bit here, right? Something like that. Let's fix a bit the size of this guy and make them like more look like a finger, right? So right now we can take those, press Ctrl A, just to make them a bit bigger, right? We can even take this guy. We press Ctrl plus to extend the selection, and Ctrl minus to put the selection back. So we put the cursor here, rotates a bit, right? And then we copy this guy here, put the cursor here, rotates a bit, right? What is the difference? If I don't have the cursor here, if I have just the regular mode, median mode, it's just to bring it here and then I will rotate like this, right? So now I'm using the cursor to be efficient on my modeling. That's something cool that Blender has, right? So I'm gonna take this guy here just to make more friendly, more options for my skin, right? Bring it here. It's good if you understand a bit of anatomy, right? I'm not the best on anatomy, but I understand a bit, so it's not very big deal, right? I'm just giving you guys hint, right, of what I'm trying to show you, right? Control E, so we have this, which would be more or less the pulse, right? And then we can copy it again here, something like that. We extend it here, right? Something like that. We can press E again here, and then we Control A. We do something like this, maybe with even like this, right? We can take this guy, put something more like here, bring this guy more here, right? This kind of here, and then press A, bring it here, right? Something like that. We start to imagine more or less the hand, right? How the hand would behave, right? This guy maybe would be here, and this finger would be here, maybe, right? Something like this, maybe, right? This guy maybe will be here. See? Because a hand can be very tricky. Alright, we can take all of those, bring it here, more a bit, something like that, maybe. And yeah, what else? What else? We can take this guy. Let's say we don't want to have this level of depletion from this big size to this part, so we can take this guy and put it, not you, sorry, and put it up, something like this, right? Alright guys, alright, something like that. It's good, maybe it is, but just in case, we can take this guy, copy here, something like that, just to create plus a bit more of a level of connection, right? Connection. Alright, something like this, right? Okay, so now I have this guy. We may bring this guy here. Okay. Alright, that's just an idea, right? So I go outside, what do we have here? Oh my goodness. Pretty bad. Yeah. But now you're gonna press key, convert mesh from curve. Now you have a mesh here. What you're gonna do, you're gonna go to your mesh, you're gonna remesh this. So Blender is gonna create a mesh from this, combining everything. So let's say you press voxel remesh. That's the mesh that Blender had created. Good enough? No, let's reduce the size. Let's create something more, oh, not like that. Something like that. And then we convert to mesh. Okay, now we have our mesh, something more like these. Oh, maybe it's too much. Okay, Ctrl Z. Let's say 0.75 maybe. And then we press voxel remesh. Okay, let's try this. I think this is a good level for the subdivision. From here, we go to scoop it mode, right? We may remove the symmetry because we don't want any symmetry here. It's not necessary. And now we go smooth. We smooth out the mesh, right? We smooth out. So as soon as you smooth out the mesh, you have everything pretty much combined. Okay, so you may think, yeah, but that's not good, and that's really it's not good. It's not good at all. But from here, you guys can go everywhere. Like, let's say you can start to maybe, you know, create your shape, the shape of your hand, here better, here, you know, and then you start to kind of develop your mesh. And then you can go here, grab, maybe where is the grab here, right? Then you start to shape better your hand, right, from here. And then from here you can start to do everything you want on your scoop it, right, and make it look like more like a hand. But the point is, for this tutorial, is not I'm not gonna show you how to create this hand from, oops, that's just the opposite. I'm not gonna show you how to create this hand by scratch, like for real, for a hand. I'm just gonna show you that you can start to create a hand or whatever other mesh from a good base, right? From a simple way of doing stuff, you can start to create your basic mesh. Of course, if you have a model, if you have something to really start with, from the beginning, like a hand, a preset or something like that, it always saves time. I'm talking about here of modeling from scratch, right? Things from scratch. That's my thing here, right? And I think that's a good way of, I know that for example ZBrush has the Z-sphere, which is awesome. I love Z-sphere, right? And now ZBrush has even more other tools, like very nice tools, right? For modeling. Yeah, I know that. But that's something that you can kind of try to imitate here using Blender for as well, right? For those kind of things. My hand is terrible, eh? Oh my goodness. But I'm gonna create a better hand this week. Just working more, using the same technique, and then I'm gonna show you this week the results, because I'm gonna create a character. That's how I start to figure out all this process, and then I start to play around with the possibilities, right? And then you start to model your stuff, getting close, and then after you get closer, you go here, and then you remesh again, and then you keep going, right? And start to create your stuff, right? That's a good technique to create everything. For example, let's say you want to create a leg or something like that, right? Let's grab a vertex here, extend it here. We separate this vertex from the rest of this model. Now we have this vertex here. Okay, go to edit mode, right? And then select the vertex, start to extrude, right? Let's say you want to have a leg from a dinosaur, right? Something like that, right? And here it will be the feet or something like that, right? So you have this guy, bring it here, go here, press no solidify. Oh, come on, Washington. You go here and then press skin, fire. So we have our skin, and then we have our subdivision surface, right? So you see that's the circle. My circle is here. You can take these guys and Control A, right? You see here, Control A, right? Take this guy, Control A, right? You can start to model lots of things like that. It's very handy, very handy. Let's put this 3D cursor, from 3D cursor, something like that, right? And from here, the same thing. From here, you would take this guy, copy here, and then you start to create your crazy T-Rex. Right? Oh my goodness, this T-Rex is crazy. Look at that. Control A. Control A. Something like that. That's put in the middle. No, the cursor, the middle point. And then Control A. Something like that. Right? So now we have this. Oh my goodness. Take this here, this, right? Something like that, right? Take this, and you can bring it here, bring it here, press E, right? Go here, this here, this here, right? This here, right? Starts to create something very interesting. Very interesting. Right? And then you can, this can even give you the idea of creating something originally from the muscle, right? You start to create something muscular from the T-Rex, right? Something like this, right? Lots of creatures can be done like that. Look at that, right? And from here, you do something like this, maybe, right? Something like that. And then you, at the end of the day, you just convert it to a mesh. Mesh. Here, remesh. Remesh. So now you have your stuff. Go to edit pole, edit mode, or scoop it mode, and then you start to, you know, smooth out your things and create your geometry, right? Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty nice, huh? Look at that. Yeah, you can do lots of things. So that's the drill, that's a technique. You can use that as far as you see the utility on your life. See you next time. Bye guys.